hopefully I am live. Hopefully I am live right now. Let's see if I'm live. Hopefully I am live. I am live. All right. Perfect. Can't wait. I'm excited. I'm live. Welcome to the Deep Dish Football Live holiday special. I had a couple requests from some coaches. When are you going to go back online? Guess what? I'm online tonight. So let's get ready for the holiday special 2020 at deepdishfootball.com. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm on Snapchat now. I'm on what's that? That TikTok. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. Please follow the Deep Dish Football YouTube channel as well. It gets a lot of views and people tend to like it. So hopefully everything looks good and I am live and everyone can hear me. That's perfect. All right. If you don't know my name is Peter Lineweber, aka Coach Big Pete, publisher 6 of DeepDishFootball.com and Deep Dish Football. I'm also on Facebook, Coach Big Pete. I'm on the other stream as well. Check that out as well too. If you have not, please, recruits, class of 2022, 2023, class of 2024, make sure you fill out the recruiting questionnaire and make sure I have your information. It is on deepdishfootball.com. Be sure you check it out. And Yanni, you know I got that jersey in back, man. You know I got that jersey. Respect. So, and again, my email is coachbigpete@gmail.com. Just a quick reminder. If you like my work, feel free to leave a tip or donation. Doesn't matter. Still looking for advertisers. If you're interested in advertising on Deep Dish Football videos, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, please let me know. Again, my email is coachbigpete@gmail.com. January 9th. I know I mispronounced a lot of words. I do apologize. January 9th starts the Deep Dish Football fundraiser as a yearly fundraiser for funds to run Deep Dish Football. Let's get into the news. At the end, I'm going to answer the questions that you sent me via email and direct message. So let's get started, shall we? All right, big news. University of Illinois on Sunday let go of Lovie Smith, the head coach of University of Illinois. He didn't have a good season, as most of you know. He rubbed some of the IHSA coaches the wrong way. He didn't extend his arm. He didn't extend his hand to IHSA coaches as predecessors have. I completely understand why coaches are angry about that. I know some people were angry that he didn't show up for the IHSA, the IHFCA clinic. He didn't show up for it this year, but I just want to remind people he was there for the last 3 years in the clinic. I just want to give a quick reminder to everybody. But Lovie Smith is gone. Now, I still think Lovie Smith was the right person for the right job. No doubt about it. Do I think that that there was still blame on him when he came into that seat at the University of Illinois when he was from the former Chicago Bears? Yes, I think media members did not like Lovie Smith. And I believe my personal belief is that some of the media members had a little bit of a grudge against Lovie Smith. You can see in some of the writing from 2016, the winter 2016, going into spring, going into summer. Some of them were not impressed. Some of them didn't have a even perspective. He was an asshole to us with the Chicago Bears, so we're going to be an asshole back to him. That's just my personal feeling. Lovie Smith, again, should he have talked to more recruits in Illinois? Yes. Should he have extended more camps? Should he have sent coaches up north to visit high schools? Yes, he should have done that. And a big thing with recruiting is communication and the relationships that are developed with college coaches and college recruiters, with those high school coaches, those high school athletic directors, those high school gym teachers, yada, 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 the same BS. But to be honest, Lovie Smith did take Illinois to a bowl game, and they did lose, and they went under 500. Were these wild times of COVID? Yes. I thought he was going to have a good team this year. He did not have a good team this year. But looking forward to University of Illinois football, what they need is a coach that can develop a relationship with all the Illinois coaches, that can talk to the Illinois coaches, that can send their assistant coaches up north to the Rockford area, that northern area. I know it's the territory of Iowa and Wisconsin, but they need to attack that. No doubt about that. That's the dead honest thing. And for coaches that they're looking at, Munkin has been popped up. Bielema, they just interviewed, if I'm not mistaken. They just interviewed Bielema, the former Wisconsin coach, who would be a great fit. Munkin. I know a lot of people would be angry with the offense that he ran. Coach to keep an eye out for is Sarkisian because of his past relationship with the Washington, Whitman, the AD at Illinois. The Cincy defensive coordinator, Buffalo's Leopold, is another person that's a lot of people love. He did wonders at University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. He went to Buffalo. He's doing wonders at Buffalo. He'd be a great addition. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Illinois goes after another MAC coach. It's just the Big Ten and the MAC have that relationship where if they have a hot coach, the Big Ten takes that card. So would not be surprised by that. I'm going to check one thing. Nope. Okay, good. We're good. Again, and I say this profusely with the high school coaches, please be patient with the new head coach, whoever is hired. Also, please understand, your player needs a certain score, a test score, grade to get into the University of Illinois. I don't think a lot of coaches understood that. I think that's where it's getting a little bit different now, where we have the Illinois board, basically. They're a little more interested in out-of-state students than in-state students. I'm talking about the board, just education, not athletics. That's a huge thing that people sort of misunderstand. NIU, the board, again, we love Illinois students. The directional schools, we love Illinois students. But Illinois, again, out-of-state students, what do out-of-state students bring? They bring more money. And they bring a sort of a publicity around the other states. And you can build a strong alumni base around the country. So please, I ask that you understand it. Another thing that really got me a little bit angry was high school coaches, and they have done a wonderful job of evaluating talent. They're doing good. There have been some high school coaches that have gotten angry because Illinois didn't send any coaches to their school to look at some of the kids. Would it be a good publicity move if the Illinois sent their coaches to it? Yes. But there are some coaches that were pushing kids that were not Big Ten football players. They were not Power 5 players. They were MAC players or they were FCS players. They were not Big Ten players. And that was a little thing that some of the coaches need to understand about with Illinois and the coaching staff. But again, I'm not putting any blame on anyone. I totally agree with the Illinois high school coaches' perception of they need to reach out. I would love to see Illinois college football camps in Chicago. I'd love to see an Illinois football college camp in Rockford. I'd love to see an University of Illinois college camp in Springfield and Sacred Heart Griffin's Field. I would love to see the University of Illinois attack Southern Illinois, Western Illinois, Northern Illinois, put camps, send your coaches out to the high schools, region by region, talk to the high school coaches, have a clinic, have a free University of Illinois football clinic, extend the olive branch to Illinois high school football coaches, because there's a lot of them that are angry at the University of Illinois. So it is what it is. All right. So National Signing Day was yesterday, and we talk about I'm going to go into some of the schools. Iowa, again, offensive lineman, defensive lineman. Pittman from St. Viator, he is going to be a hell of a player for Iowa. That's Iowa football's team. Again, Iowa sees Illinois as this. They can get some athletes, but Illinois' main export is beef. It's the big boys. And that's the problem for a lot of people don't understand. Illinois is a beef state. It's not a speed state. It's a beef state. I keep telling that to people. They have great athletes. But again, the tradition, the succession rate of Illinois recruits is in their linemen. I need people and linebackers as well. Linebackers and linemen. Please understand that. Also, so we're just going to go through some things. Iowa, good job. Murray State had great, from what I was told and I saw in Central Illinois, they had a great signing class. NIU, very impressive. I say this again. I think NIU had a stinker this year. I think it was a fluke. I think they're going to be back next year. I think they're going to be stronger than ever. University of Illinois, they signed 3 offensive linemen. Olin Krut's son, Josh Geske from Antino, and Parlave from Plainfield East. Again, 3 good linemen, solid linemen that University of Illinois could use in the future and get developed. Illinois State had a miraculous signing day yesterday. Tommy Rittenhouse, the quarterback from St. Francis, he's a something. Tommy Rittenhouse, to me, is that kid, say freshman redshirt, if they have to redshirt him, or sophomore, he's going to explode onto that scene at Illinois State. So definitely a name to keep an eye out for. Northwestern signed a good offensive lineman. They also signed, I forgot the kid's name, but Northwestern had a pretty good small class. They're going to sign some more players coming up in a later time, as it is an education university, as most education universities, signings come later. Eastern Illinois, great. They signed the Moore kid from De La Salle. I was at the press conference at Eastern Illinois on Zoom, and I got to say, Coach Cushing did a wonderful job recruiting players. I really like Pontanello, begins with P, Lamont, defensive end, linebacker. He's definitely a kid to keep an eye out for, from Lamont. Who's going to go to Eastern Illinois? SIU did a wonderful job. They got Sam Buck from Highland, who's unbelievable. He is a hell of a player. Definitely a kid you want to keep an eye out for, offensive lineman. Jalen Brozovic from Rock Island is another kid that you must keep an eye out for as well. Cole Rusk from Rock Island, he signed to Eastern Michigan. He's another player to keep an eye out for as well. I really like that kid. I like his athleticism. I like his frame, and I like his downfield speed, and I like his vision to make a play. I really do like it. Indiana State, I believe my personal feeling is that they got the biggest steal of that day. And Lance Reeves from Marshall, tight end, Lance Reeves from Marshall. Do not forget that name. Lance Reeves from Marshall. He's a hell of a player. Played a little bit of defensive end, played for a small school, understandable. But Lance Reeves from Marshall, good explosiveness, especially getting off onto that ball, especially with his routes. He is going to be a beast for Kurt Mallory. Kurt Mallory's laughing his ass off because he got a steal. So definitely shout out to Indiana State for that one. Notre Dame, they got Walters from Bolingbrook. They got the offensive lineman from Marist. Again, they're looking good. They got you could say they got 2 of the top 10 prospects in the state of Illinois. University of Cincinnati, wonderful job as well. Minnesota blew the doors off. Gears from Providence Catholic, unbelievable talent. The Greek Rifle and his brother Dino from Antioch. Afin is going to be a beast for Minnesota. Not now, but as soon as he gets more developed into that role as a Minnesota quarterback, you definitely got to keep an eye out for him. And his brother Dino can compete when he gets into his freshman year at the University of Minnesota, no doubt about it. They still got Bell from Bishop Mack 3 years ago. I think he's going to stay there for one more year, if I'm not mistaken. Autumn Bell. My mistake, Autumn. But he's definitely a guy to keep an eye out for as well. Boston College, they got 2 kids from Kenwood, and they got Otto Hess from Oswego. Otto Hess is a beast. Otto Hess, literally, you hike the ball, he'll knock you on your ass. Simple as that. Good center to low gravity, good extension, good handwork. I think he's another Fist football guy. Fist Football Academy, definitely keep an eye out for that one. JJ McCarthy, McLaurin from Bolingbrook, the linebacker, they go to Michigan. And I got to say this about JJ. Humble. I talked about JJ so many times. I've talked about JJ for maybe now 4 years almost now. I think it's almost 4 years. Greg Holcomb has done a wonderful job working with JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy is seen as the next messiah for Michigan football. But take it easy on the kid. He's still learning. He's going to have to develop to those college defenses. But once he gets hot, you got JJ. He's the real deal. And I was talking to one of the Michigan podcasts, and I literally said, "You guys got one of the best players historically from the from the state of Illinois." I put JJ McCarthy in the ranks in history in the state of Illinois as one of the top recruits. I'd say maybe top 25, top 30 recruits coming from the state of Illinois. So JJ McCarthy, he's going to work his wonders. Big name, Sam Jackson, Naperville Central quarterback. A couple days ago, he decommitted from Purdue. He signed with TCU, and that's a good thing for him, especially with that TCU spread offense, Patterson's offense. I know they have him as an athlete. I was really impressed with Sam Jackson. So I'm going to throw it deep. Coach Christensen has done a wonderful job with Sam Jackson. I really am going to be interested to see how TCU uses Sam Jackson. But do not sleep on Sam Jackson. He's a hell of a player. Ball State, I forgot to mention Ball State. Ball State had a great thing. They got some players from Vernon Hills, some players from Nazareth, Drew Hughes. But Ball State did a tremendous job recruiting the state of Illinois this past year. Jennings, Dunker, Lena Winslow. Again, I think Iowa got a steal in him. I see him again. Small, talked about recruiting, not that much. Small school. He's going to be another big offensive lineman for Iowa that's going to develop. And I hate to say it. I don't like to say it. You know, this is one of my pet peeves, but the kid's going to be in the NFL. That's just my personal feelings. He's that good. Ethan Hampton, I believe, is another steal for NIU. I think NIU really got lucky with getting Ethan Hampton. Again, small school, Aurora Christian quarterback. But the kid, there's something special about Ethan Hampton, and especially his delivery, underrated speed, and his ability to read defenses that I really like about Ethan Hampton out of Aurora Christian. Is definitely one of those big players that NIU got, and could make a sudden impact too at NIU. Lynch from Mount Carmel. This kid is going to make a sudden impact at Temple. Temple got a great player. He knows that type of offense. Lynch could make an immediate impact at Temple University. He is that athletic quarterback that can make plays. He's just like his brother. So it'll be interesting to see in the coming years what Lynch does at Temple University. Luke Eckhart, Richmond Burden. He's going to Arizona. Arizona got a steal in this. I know Kevin Sumlin just got fired from the University of Arizona, But my personal feeling is that Luke Eckhart, along with Dunker from Lena Winslow, those two linemen up north were two of the least talked about recruits in the state of Illinois. We did not talk about them more, and we should have talked about them more. Honest to God, we should have talked about them more because they're big time recruits. I think he's going to have a wonderful career at Arizona. I really like his toughness. I like he plays to the whistle. Again, another lineman, and I urge this with all my offensive linemen, a good center to low gravity. Like I said, it's like a bear shitting in the woods. Like every coach says, it's a bear shitting in the woods. That's all that you got to do. You can't just get up and just stand straight up. And it's the stupidest thing, but it's the most common sense, logical thing that people do not think about. And I really like Luke Eckhart. All right. EIU, the defensive back, Coach Cushing was talking about him, ranting and raving about him. He's going to be a huge impact player for Eastern Illinois. Brian Sanborn, Wisconsin linebacker from Lake Zurich. His brother plays at Wisconsin. He's that kid that's going to come out 2 years, his sophomore redshirt year, and he'll play at Wisconsin, and he'll be that typical Wisconsin linebacker, and he'll probably make all conference. I'm not kidding about this, but he is a huge recruit for the state of Wisconsin. I think always they recruit Northern Illinois pretty good. Enrique Cruz and Ho from Glenbard West, Cruz from Willowbrook. Two offensive linemen. Dino Babers got two great offensive linemen. They didn't have a good season at Syracuse, but Dino Babers, again, he is going to that Illinois pipeline, like when he coached at Eastern Illinois and he went to Bowling Green. I think it was Bowling Green, if I'm not mistaken. But again, he is working his magic in the state of Illinois. But Enrique Cruz from Willowbrook, great frame, still raw, still very, very raw. But if he reaches his potential, we're talking about a big time player. Again, just pure discipline, especially with defensive linemen, stays in his assignment for an offensive lineman. Not too aggressive. He's a perfect polished offensive lineman. And I think he's going to do, again, he's going to be a great player for the Orangemen of Syracuse. Again, to remind people, fundraiser begins January 9th for the funds of Deep Dish Football. Also, if you like my work, feel free to leave a tip or donation. If you don't like my work, I truly do apologize. So I'm going to go to the second page of what I want to work on, but I'm going to see if I have any more comments. Please leave a comment if you're interested, or anything if you want to. Go crazy if you want to leave a comment or a question. I will try to reply to a comment or question as soon as possible. Hopefully, I got one more page left, and then we're done. And then you don't have to see this ugly face for a few more months. That's a promise. All right. Now we get into me pissing on some people. For you parents right now, and I do apologize for my language, for you parents that have your head so far up your ass because your son didn't get an offer on National Sign Day, or he couldn't sign a letter of intent that day, for you to spread rumors about your son's teammates, or to spread rumors about a rival recruit of your son against your son, to just talk trash that day, to send emails to coaches, to send emails to me, that's complete BS. And you're just a low life scumbag. And I talk about this and this has happened every signing day that I have covered, and I didn't cover that much yesterday. For you parents to go again to talk shit about a teenage kid or a kid or even a 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid that just signed because your son didn't sign and you spread rumors, you're a scumbag. You're a scumbag and you're the lowest form of life in this society. Be happy for your son's teammate that he signed. Be appreciative. But do not feel the need that it's an attack on you if that kid gets offered and he has all the publicity that he signed. Please understand it. You don't need to talk shit about your son's teammate. You don't need to talk shit about your son's rival recruit or whatever. You don't need to send writers emails about BS rumors or just saying that kid's got no character, that kid's an asshole, or sometimes stupid ass racial epithets sent to me. You're a scumbag. Do something about that. Get some help. Really, get some help. Also, blaming your son's high school coach because your son didn't get recruited, because your son not only did he during a game tell the coach to go fuck himself, swear at him, miss practice, didn't get the grades, didn't get the test scores, and blaming that high school coach is a complete BS move, and you know it. It's not the coach's fault. It's your fault. If you spend thousands of dollars on a pay-for recruiting service, thousands of dollars that I told you do not spend, pay-for recruiting services are a scam, and you gave a guy who asked you for $10,000 in an unmarked envelope. I repeat that, an unmarked envelope. If someone asks me for money in an unmarked envelope, what does that usually mean? Scam. So, if you are paying some person to say that he's got connections in college football net, he's probably full of shit. Pay for recruiting services are a scam. Do not pay for it. And you come to me on signing day and you say, well, I just don't know what happened. He said he had the connections. He didn't have the connections. He was full of shit. He took your money. Congratulations. You got played and you played yourself. I keep telling this to the parents and recruits. Do not pay for recruiting services. Don't pay for recruiting services. Simple as that. Do I have to speak German, Spanish, Chinese, Japanese, Portuguese, all the other languages for everyone to understand that? Do not pay for recruiting services. Recruiting services are free. Clint Cosgrove, National Preps, fill out his application. Matt Lemming, Prep Insider, fill it out. Brian Alt, XOS Digital, fill it out. Fill out the college recruiting questionnaires, Division 3, Division 2, Division 1, NAIA, JUCO, fill them all out. Coaches talk, they share information. But do not pay for a recruiting service. Do not do it. And don't send me emails blaming your trainer too as well, that the trainer didn't get you a scholarship. Because literally, college coaches want to hear from only one person and one person only. The most important person in that recruiting game. And that's the high school football coach, ladies and gentlemen. The high school football coach. I know it's crazy, but the high school football coach. All right, we're done for the rant. I apologize. Apologize for the mouth and everything, but please understand, pay for recruiting services are a scam. All right. So, I have questions from you guys. So, let's get to the questions. Will we have spring football? Yes, I think we will have spring football. I'm very positive with the vaccines coming out. I feel that we will have enough time in between from December, today's December 17th, if I'm December 17th. Yes, the 17th. In my hearts of heart, I really do believe that these kids will be playing spring football. I really do. Do I have faith in Governor Pritzker? Hell no. But I do believe that these kids are going to have spring football this spring. I'm really excited about the vaccine. The news about the vaccines got me excited because I'm like, oh, I can finally we can go see some football. These kids can play a game that they love. So definitely, I'll be excited about that. This was a question that I talked about in my tweets. Who on 2023 should I be on a lookout for? All right, there's a bunch of names. I couldn't go for all the names. TJ McMillan, defensive end, rush end for St. Francis, young, athletic, still raw, but definitely kid. Miles McAvey, East St. Louis has got about 8 players for the class of 2023 that you got to keep an eye out for. But keep a strong out for Miles McAvey. They got another offensive lineman, Paris. They got a running back. They got Satfire, defensive back. Keep an eye out for the kids. Chris Farrell from Lisle High School, small school player, 6'5" offensive lineman from Lisle. I love his athleticism. I think he's going to be a Division I recruit. Sterney, quarterback out of Lisle Academy. This kid's special. I like his development. I like that he is working with Greg Holcomb. I think Greg Holcomb is going to work wonders for Sterney. Much respect to Next Level Athletics for working and with Sterney because I think it's going to work wonders. The Bennett linebacker, Weebach, if I'm not mistaken, he's another player. They also have a wide receiver, Pierce Walsh from Bennett. Bennett Academy looks great this coming year. And they look good for the next year and the year after that. Keep an eye out for Bennett Academy. TJ McMillan, Caleb Miller, defensive back out of Nazareth Academy. Tyson Beck, defensive lineman out of Holman Flossmoor. His season got cut short due to injury. He's going to be a player. Aiden Gray, quarterback, another next level quarterback to keep an eye out for. Tyson Kramer from Pontiac. Chris Turek from Glenbard West. Lengthy offensive lineman, good hands. Keep an eye out for him. Carnell Tate talked about Carnell Tate, wide receiver from Marist, great hands. Singleton, athlete out of Sacred Heart Griffin. Duffy, defensive back from Warren Township. He's another player to keep an eye out for. Janesee from Batavia, just like his brother, he's going to be an absolute beast. Cruz from Simeon, Easy from Simeon, Easy the defensive back, Cruz the running back from Simeon. Both players, they got great potential. They're, again, like I'd say Mac, maybe even a little higher. We'll see how they develop. The big thing is that these are young players. We want to see what they can do to progressions, especially when they're junior going into their senior year, and seeing that game film from the junior and from the freshman level, from the sophomore level, see how the progressions are, and see how they grow, especially if quarterbacks, their vision, and how they break down defenses as well, especially for quarterbacks, for offensive linemen, strength, how much they grow, defensive ends, again, handwork, footwork, the whole shebang. Linebackers, again, big vision. Can they make a key play? Can they sniff out a play, basically? Again, safety, read zone, and everything else. Cornerback, again, hip work. Hip work is huge for all of these players. Hip work is definitely a thing to keep an eye out for as well. All right. Trying to make sure I didn't forget anybody else. Carnell Tate, Duffy, East St. Louis, Sapphire's a defensive back you got to keep an eye out for. What are some hardships in winter spring fix? What are some of the I'm sorry, that was a question. What are some of the hardships in winter football that you're going to see coming? Well, I think one's going to be the passing game. This spring, going from it's March 15th. I think it's going to be a little bit of cold. I think passing game is going to be a little iffy. Big skin read option, those type of offense, double wing, triple option, wishbone. I think a couple teams run the veer. they're going to have a good advantage in March. No doubt about that. How do I get recruited? I already talked about this. Fill out every recruiting survey. Do not pay for recruiting services. Go to showcases that actually have coaches and scouts at them. Do not go to showcases that don't have anybody out there. And some showcases are money grabs. You'll see which ones are the money grabs. And I warn people about that. And again, if I'm doing free recruiting advisements, if you want to talk to me, you and your son, about recruiting advisements, absolutely free. Email me at coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. I've helped out, I think, 37 so far this fall and going into the winter, if I'm not mistaken. No, 32. I'm sorry, 32. Any upcoming showcases? EFT, Edgy Tim's showcase at EFT. Definitely keep an eye out for that one. That's definitely a thing to keep an eye out for. More showcases probably coming into the spring and into the summer, especially in the summer. I think a lot of showcases are pretty much done. I missed the Boom one. I missed Jacob Lemming's one. But keep an eye out for Matt Lemming when he gets into the summer. That's always a great showcase. Who wins the Duquesne? Every question, every time I say send me a mailbag question, who wins the Duquesne? Batavia Bulldogs. I'm going to steal Brutus, by the way. Tell it to Coach Perron and all the Batavia people. I'm stealing Brutus. I'm taking Brutus, the Bulldog. Feelings about stars and rankings. Stars and rankings mean absolutely crap. The star system is a known joke for college coaches. College coaches know it's a joke, especially when it started. It's a publicity event, and boosters pay for the right amount of stars for a player, or right amount of publicity. Simple as that. It's basically pay to play of that type of shit. I don't like them. Best fit for a college. I like the old white chip, red chip, blue chip type of players, type of recruits. Discussing about that. Stars mean nothing. Coaches use stars, use that rival system. They print out the papers and they use it for toilet paper. Simple as that. They wipe their ass with it. What players have you impressed you this fall? I'm going to give two players, quarterbacks, out of throw it deep. Ben Moynihan from Hinsdale Central, and Seamus, a quarterback out of Stevenson. Keep an eye out for those two young quarterbacks. Keep a very good, close eye out for them. And East St. Louis. East St. Louis, they're all impressive. And Tyson Beck. Tyson Beck impressed me when I watched the Fist thing on Huddle on YouTube. I'm sorry. They did. Tyson Beck did a wonderful job in Fist football. That showcase. It was in Halloween. It was on Halloween. Who wins the national championship? This is such a weird football season because of COVID and everything else. I'm going to tell you something right now. This is what's going to happen. This is such a weird college football season that the most unlikely team is going to win. And I'm going to say this right now, and I'm going to shock some people. And you can come back and call me a dumbass if I'm wrong. Notre Dame. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Keep an eye out for that team. I think they might be able to win the national championship. And then probably I'm wrong. They lose to Clemson. I think it's on Saturday. They'll lose to Clemson. And I look like a total doofus. But what do you expect? What feelings about the Bears? Keep Ryan Pace, fire Nagy. Keep their tight ends coach. Hire a coach that doesn't call himself an offensive guru or has been labeled an offensive guru. I'm sick and tired of offensive gurus. Offensive gurus make me sick. They really do make me sick. I was a assistant coach under Otto Zeman. He was the father of the 5 wide and an offensive guru. Literally, offensive gurus are the worst. Give me a defensive guru that teaches solid defense, good special teams, and a smart offense. Run the ball down their effing throat. Simple as that. You're a Meatball Bears fan. You're damn right I'm a Meatball Bears fan. Winners and losers of National Leather and Tent Day, early signing day. Illinois State, Ball State in Illinois. Minnesota and Illinois. Those three schools did wonderful jobs. Indiana State for the steal of Lance Rees. Unbelievable. Who else? Who else can I talk about? Army. Army did a good job too. Army had a wonderful job. They got two good players. Athlete from St. Lawrence, if I'm not mistaken, and they got another guy from. I'm trying to think, but Army did a wonderful job as well. Favorite Christmas gift? What's wrong with you people? It's tough. I gotta say, my favorite Christmas gift was probably I was six or five, a package of cheap dominoes. I loved playing with those dominoes. It was the greatest thing. I would then play the game dominoes. I would do the make believe with the dominoes. I loved dominoes. That was one of my favorite gifts that I got when I was six, back when I lived in Forest Park. Favorite Christmas movie? It's a Wonderful Life. I'm a sucker for the old ones. I love It's a Wonderful Life. I think it's a great American tale. I think a lot of people can still learn from it, and just being nice to the common man, being nice to everyone, and treating everyone with respect, and just doing nice things. And I really like It's a Wonderful Life. I think it's a great movie. Worst Christmas movie? Anything on Hallmark Channel. Hallmark Channel is the definition of pure torture against a human being. Every Hallmark movie is the same thing. They just change the plot, they change the characters, they tweak the story a little bit, but every Hallmark movie is the same effing thing. I'm a busy businesswoman. I don't have time for holidays and everything else. Busy businesswoman, you're gonna have to fly out to a rural area. Okay, I meet my future husband, get married, story done. That's it. And it's always with some shitty 90s, 80s actors that you forget about. So Hallmark movies are absolutely torture. Torture. Why do you send cards? I send cards because that's old school way of scouts. That's how scouts used to do it. Scouts, high school coaches, 70s, 60s, they would send cards, holiday cards to the college coaches. Again, builds a relationship with the college coach. And it's something special because those college coaches, they bust their ass. Those college coaches, they work tooth and nail, and a couple bad plays, and you got to get you're fired. So that's why I like sending holiday cards, and I like to make a little video out of it too. I'm going to make a video out of it for next week of the holiday cards that I have received. See if I got anything on Instagram. I know I had 2 questions on Instagram. Let's see. How does Glenbard West football look? Glenbard West football looks great. Solid depth at running back, good offensive line, good linebackers, disciplined defense. Like I said, Coach Heckman is one of the best defensive line coaches in the state of Illinois. Coach Hetlet, one of the best coaches in the Midwest. Glenbard West looks great, especially in that conference play. I just don't see. It's going to be tough for a team challenging them. It really is going to be a tough team to challenge them. Let's see the other question. How is St. Francis going to do this coming season? They're unbelievable. I don't know the players that are going to graduate early or not, but St. Francis looks good. McMillan, they got 3 good wide receivers. They got Griffin from Obanzi Valley. They got another kid from Obanzi Valley as well. Wheaton St. Francis looks unbelievable, and that's going to be a great game if they play each other. William St. Francis versus IC. All right. That is it. If you like my work, feel free to leave a tip. Please follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I can't see if I can get any messages. It looks like I can't get any comments. I can't see the comments. So I'll probably close out and I'll see the comments. I will respond to them. If you like the work, feel free to leave a tip via PayPal. Follow Coach Big Pete on Deep Dish Football and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Please follow on YouTube. I'm also on Snapchat. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on everything. And again, fundraiser begins January 9th for Deep Dish Football. Trying to gather some funds to go for another year. And yada yada yada. Fill out the recruiting questionnaire that I have on deepdishfootball.com. Recruits, make sure I have your information. Again, college coaches ask me, I talk to them, I let them know the whole shebang about recruits and everything else. And that's it. And if you have any questions, Coach Big Pete, fp@gmail.com. I'm still doing recruiting advisement sessions. I'll talk to you via phone or Zoom. You and your son talk about recruiting, go over scouting, going all over that. It's absolutely free. Again, just send me an email, Coach Big Pete, fp@gmail.com. And from the bottom of my heart, to all you guys watching, I want to wish you guys a happy holidays, a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, everything else. These are tough times now, and we're getting through it right now. We got the vaccines going, which is a brilliant thing, and 2021 is going to be a great year, and I think we're going to have spring football, and I can't wait to start football season on the fall for the the year after that. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm excited. Thank you guys so much for joining. Nothing but the love from me and my family to you and your family. I wish you guys all a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Please be safe and smart. Don't forget to wash your hands and wear a mask. Have a lovely night.